Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome here. Welcome, welcome, everybody. If you're here and you haven't watched today's short yet, you better go soon. You better go quick. Because there is big news. The wall is done. Or is it? Everybody, if you haven't seen the short today, go watch it right now. Sorry, my mic is falling off. Hey, everybody, welcome here. Welcome, welcome. We got so many people in the chat today. Heck yeah. Glad you all could make it. What up, everybody? Sky Guy, Glad Orange, Ari, Pebble, Sky, Weird Vulture, Cinnamore. Everybody, welcome here. My goodness, so many people here. This is incredible. So what does everybody think? If you're here, I assume you've watched the today's short. What do you guys think? Think it's a good idea? I mean, I figure you can't finish a wall without doing both sides of the wall, right? It only makes sense. And the good news is the wall in the hallway is slightly bigger than this wall on the inside. And so that means that there is likely more room for the increased number of Pokemon that are left. Because we got just over 400 on the inside here. There'll hopefully be room for like 200 more on the outside of it. And then we could potentially get every single Pokemon on the wall, which would be crazy. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. We might have to overflow into some of the other parts of the hallway, but it's been a crazy project. Whoopsie doopsie. So I knock everything over. Let me see if I can move out of the way. It's hard to really see everything on here, but got everything on there. 416 plus 1. Did anybody who's been watching for like a long time, like at least a couple hundred episodes, did anybody call Vespiquen as being the last Pokemon? I didn't see any comments. I didn't see any comments on any video saying that Vespiquen was going to be the last Pokemon. But if anybody had called it, nobody left their shot in the comments. So there's going to be over 1,200 Pokemon. Oh, geez. Yeah, I don't know how many are coming out in Winds and Waves. I haven't looked. So I don't know how many I'm going to need to add yet. It's so beautiful. It is beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy with how it turned out, guys. It's like, sometimes I just sit here and I look at it and I'm like, damn. It's really all there. This has been something that I've wanted to do for literally my whole life. It's like, it's just always been a project in the back of my mind ever since I saw what perler beads, fuse beads are. I'm just like, I want to do this. I want to have an entire wall of Pokemon. And now here we are. It's wild. Thought we wouldn't make it a year, to be honest. You underestimate me, SkyGuy_47. You underestimate me. RJ, you want to do this too? You should do it. Take me as your sign to start. Princessaur, have you done other game sprites? I haven't recorded any videos of it. I have made a couple that aren't Pokemon before. I've made a couple of anime characters. I made one other video game character. It's if any of you guys have played the game Rakuen, Rakuen, there's a character in that game called the Monsieur, And he's like this big sprout-looking thing with a hat and a monocle. I made him a big one out of beads. So that's another character that I've made. But most of my beating has been Pokemon. Although I think I did make... What else? Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Boss man, you're stealing my Infernate pattern? It's not even my pattern. It is just based off of the official in-game menu sprites. So by all means, go use it. Perfect background for a meeting? Yeah, absolutely. If I did any serious type of work like that, I would be... I'd have the coolest background, no doubt. Can I make an 8-bit Godzilla bead? Interesting idea. Definitely something I will add to the list. I do want to do other IP, more of other IPs as well. Oh, you gotta sort all your beads? Ugh. Sorting beads is the worst. That is why I like getting the, like the bags that are already pre-sorted, just like of the one color. Because like I have some emergency beads that are like in the unsorted tubs, like the, boom, the big juicer tubs like this, the 22,000s. And it's like, oh my gosh. The amount of effort it takes to sort them is not worth the money you save. Because young naive Jibby was like, hey, let's go and get this 22,000 bead tub. It's so cost effective. I'm getting such good bang for my buck with this. And then I realized, oh, I'm gonna have to spend like 20 hours just sorting through all these different colors. And that is the last thing I want to do. I just want to be beading. So if I ever run out of one color that's in there and I need just like 5 or 10 of them or whatever, I'll sift through it. But to any current or future beaters out there, like don't get it. just buy the colors that you need. It's so much more efficient. It is not worth it. How much has it costed in beads, or about how much? Oh jeez. How much is this wall worth raw value? That's a good question. So I estimated, I took a very, very rough estimation of about 150,000 beads per... 150,000 beads total, sorry, for the wall, for everything combined. It's probably a degree more or less, but 150,000 beads. You can get the 1,000 count bags. All of them are in US dollars, so it's like $3 per 1,000 beads. So probably like 3 times 150, so 450 bucks, which now that I say that is actually not that much. And a lot of the times I got sales or some of the beads Artkal sent me, so I definitely didn't even spend quite that much on all of this. Because I still have a ton of beads left over, so... Honestly, not too expensive of a hobby, all things considered. Shiny Jirachi with a cowboy hat? Oh, I'd have to design that first. But that would be cute. But yeah, let's make something today, guys. Let's start working on a project. I want to do some more beating yet with you guys. But I also wanted to just chat and get your guys' feedback on the video. Get together with you guys a bit, because I haven't done a stream in a minute now, so... We could do more Mega Pokemon today. We could do Shiny Pokemon. We could do something that isn't Pokemon. I am all ears. Pebble from Dandy's World. I don't even know who that is. I haven't seen that. It would be tribute to the one person who waited like 300 days for Jirachi. True. We did get to Jirachi. Shiny Chandelure. Ooh, that's a good shiny. Mega Victory Bell. Could do one of the silly ones. Mega Starmie. Some of these are sick. Let me take a look at this list of sprites here. Could do a Gigantamax sprite. I know those aren't as popular as the Megas. Mega Raichu. Oh, the Mega Raichu sprites do look pretty sick. Mega Clefable? Or is that Gigantamax Clefable? $1-ish per Pokemon? Yeah, pretty solid overall. Pretty cost efficient. The bigger investment was definitely the time it took. The time was definitely the bigger investment. Snack, congrats. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Gigantamax Blastoise. It looks so cool. It's got like a whole freaking cannon system on its back. It looks like a freaking volcano on his back. That's a big one. Holy smokes. That is a big sprite. Hisuian Zoroa. Ooh, that's a pretty one too. Highly recommend pre-sorted. Yeah, 100%. Get the pre-sorted beads. It will save you way more time than your money is worth. Way more time. Shiny Jirachi. I'm down for that too. Pink Butterfree. Ooh, Pink Butterfree from the anime too. Doesn't Butterfree has a sick Gigantamax as well with like the turquoise wings. That's a sick one as well. The Pikachu, they ate a ton and got as large as a Gigantamax, just super fat. Just a super fat Pikachu. Crystal Onyx. Interesting. Don't even know what they look like. Mega Lucario? Okay, I'll add that one to the list too. I like that idea. Okay, Mega Lucario. Oh, he's not even that big a sprite. He's just a little sprite. He's one of the original Megas. His sprite is just wee little. Just a wee little guy. I'm just pulling these off of like the in-game menu sprites still, so they're not giant sprites. Mega Dragonite. Hey, Tom Cruise, welcome here. The Tom Cruise. Which one do I like more, Beedrill or Butterfree? Probably Beedrill. Beedrill's sick, but Butterfree's good too. Mega Chandelure. Okay, I'm adding that one to the list too. Did Chandelure get a Mega? I don't even know what it looks like. Oh yeah, look at this. I will say its bead sprite is a little disappointing. Oh yeah, it's got like the different colored eyes and stuff. It was in the newest card release too, wasn't it? But it does look sick. Are you up to doing regional mons, like region versions? Yeah, we could do that too. Mosslax? Ooh, Mosslax would be cute as well. I don't know if they have an official in-game sprite or not. I would maybe have to design that one, and that would maybe be something for a different stream. Don't know if Mosslax has an official in-game menu sprite since it's like from a spin-off game. Okay. I think okay, we're gonna have 4 options here. We're gonna have, okay. Option 1 is gonna be Mega Lucario. Option 2 is gonna be Mega Chandelure. Option 3, for Jirachi, we're gonna go Shiny Jirachi as an option. And number 4, we're going to go Mega Rayquaza. I know it's Rayquaza. I enjoy saying Rayquaza. Okay, I'm going to do a poll in the horizontal YouTube chat. Yeah. Yeah. We are going to add a poll. Okay. Oh. Yeah. My microphone's in like the worst spot. One sec. Okay, polls in the chat. Everybody vote. If you're in the vertical YouTube stream, go check out the horizontal YouTube stream. There's a poll there. It has all the options that I just mentioned, 1 through 4. Get your votes in now because we are going to be deciding in just a minute. Right now, Shiny Jirachi looks like it has the lead at 53%, but it's not too late. Get your votes in right now. Personally, I am okay with any of these. All of these sound like great options. I need to take a look at what Shiny Jirachi looks like. I don't even remember. It has like red stuff on it, right? Wrong mouse. Shiny Jirachi's still in the lead, guys. Get your votes in. This is the vote to decide who we are going to make first in our stream today. Okay, so it looks like Jirachi is the same, except its body is slightly redder, and the emblems on its head are red instead of blue. But Shiny Jirachi is losing grip, but still has a lead. I'm going to give you guys another minute or two. Everybody needs to get their votes in. Use it or lose it, people. Mega Chandelure is surprisingly really cool for one of the newer Megas. Yeah, I like that. I like its different eye colors. That's probably my favorite thing about it. Oh, and looks like Mega Chandelure has just slightly taken the lead at 36% of the votes. Oh, Shiny Jirachi back in the lead, 38% of them. I'm going to give you guys 2 more minutes on the clock, and if because the lead is still changing. Get your votes in now in the stream, guys. This is a tight race. It's either Chandelure or Jirachi. Shiny Jirachi. I gotta take a look at Chandelure now. Mega Chandelure. It has a sick Pokemon card. Where do I source my beads from? Good question. So a lot of my beads, my initial source of getting them was the official Perler website, perler.com. And since I'm in Canada, they shipped from the States, and since they have switched warehouses, they no longer ship to Canada. and I reached out to Artkal, who ships globally, and they were kind enough to send me some of their beads for free. So that was super sweet of them. I've still bought a bunch of beads from them as well. So not all of my beads were given to me by them, but that's who I go with now is Artkal. They have a bigger chunk of a bigger spread of colors than Perler, and they're like the same quality. They work together. Like I use like a mix of both. They fuse together seamlessly. It's where I go. Looks like Chandelure is winning. I'm gonna be closing the poll any second here. Get your votes in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ending the poll. And by a slim margin, 1% of the votes, Mega Chandelure has taken it. So our first creation today is going to be Mega Chandelure. Let me throw up a little PNG. This is going to be a cool one. Save this image. Boom. Let's throw this into here. Boom. Look at that guy. That's sick as heck. I don't think the bead sprite's going to come out quite that cool. But we're still going to make them. I love the different colored eyes. That's so sick. Let's also get him on the vertical stream. Oh, wrong one. Here. One sec. There we go. For all of our vertical enjoyers. Oop, I hit the wrong one. There we go. Boom. Sweet. All right, let's get started. I just have to find the colors that we're going to use for this feller. Okay, this is a big one. They use 14 different colors in this sprite. Fun fact, you actually have 2 different colored eyes? Some heterochromatic peoples in the chat. We love to see it. The only other heterochromatic person I know about is the baseball player, Max Scherzer. He's got the brown and blue eyes. One of them looks like red almost. He's super cool. Okay, let's find the colors we need. We need our staple colors, obviously. We need our black, and we need our white, and we need our dark gray. Those are our classic colors for shading. And then we're going to need some purples. We need like 3 different purples, maybe even 4 different purples for this project. Congrats on finishing the first side of the wall. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome here, Illy Drilly. Okay, let's look for purples. So the darkest purple, probably just gonna be like a regular purple. I really need to get a better way of organizing these beads because I am so sloppy when it comes to that. What is this? Thistle? Thistle might be a good purple to use for some of the highlights. We got iris. That's a little dark, I think, maybe. Where's just like my regular old purple? Do I have one that's open? Nah. There's purple. That can be for like the top of the flame, maybe. Oh, that's not even like... Don't I have like a bag? I have a giant bag of purple beads. Boom. got some lighter purple. That might even be enough. Since when does Mega Chandelure exist? I believe they were in the newest drop of Megas. Von Nocturne, thank you. Thank you for the congratulations. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh, 3 is like a grape. 3 is like a grape purple. Like this one. Yeah. Okay, we're cooking. Yes. Like this color. Boom. What else do we need? We need a yellow. Oh, I got yellow right here. Somewhere. I say that as I don't have it right here. Oh, yeah, here. We need... Okay, so there's like some browns on the bottom. It's like a brownish gold type thing. This one from Artkal is probably good for one of the colors. And then we'll need like an actual brown. Which I have right here. And then we'll need some grays, some lighter grays. I have those here. And then there's like almost like a pale blue type going on. Is that like a mist color maybe? What do I got? Or is my mist over here? No, it's probably in here. That's more of a slate. Is that might be too dark? I thought I had that one over here. Maybe not. Oh well. Do I watch the anime? I haven't watched the Pokemon anime in years. It has been quite a while since the last time I watched the Pokemon anime. I watched it as a kid. Like, when I was young, the ones that were coming up were, it was like, what is Gen 3 called again? It's, well, there was Battle Frontier. I think that was Gen 3. And then there was Gen 4. I watched a little bit of with Dawn and, that one. But, and then I watched, like, a lot of Gen 1, just as an adult. But since then, I haven't really watched much of the anime. For those who are not aware, our first project today is what's on the screen right now, Mega Chandelure. I am just gathering the beads necessary, and we are going to be making this super cool Mega. Jessica, welcome here. What's your favorite Pokemon to make? Well, see, I've made 1 or 200. So I don't know. Who make is like, I don't know, none of them are really... The making process kind of feels the same for a lot of them, but the ones that I have made, I really like Snorlax. I really like Snorlax. I don't know, they're all great. I like fantastic. It's so hard to pick. Oh no. Can't hear me. There we go. Hello? Is that better? I think my microphone has a sensitive cable. But thank you for letting me know in chat. If anything else happens, let me know. Because sometimes my cable gets kinked or whatever, and then the audio goes all funny. Now you can hear my amazing voice again. Perfect. Okay. What more colors do I need? How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 11. This is most of the colors I need. I'm just looking, seeing if there's any other... What other colors do I need? I might be good. Alright. And this will... Oh, this won't quite actually fit all on one pegboard. I will need a second pegboard on the bottom for exactly one bead. So let me grab that. There we go. Do I still have that golden Groudon? Heck yeah, I do. I still got that card in a top loader, in a case, protected away. Oh no, I have just made a mess. One sec. This is the problem with having so many beads and not always putting them away properly, is that you make a big mess everywhere. I'm sure underneath all of my cabinets there is just hundreds and hundreds of beads that have fallen out of my hands at some point. Oh my god. Add a few more to that. Alright. Perfect. All right, let's get started on making this super cool Mega Chandelure. Hopefully the bead sprite turns out cool too. The bead sprite doesn't look a ton different from the regular, but it's on 14. Have you ever seen Meta Groudon? I do not know what Meta Groudon is. Is that, is it Meta or Mega? Because I know there's the Primal Groudon, but Meta Groudon? Is that like when he's really good at fighting in competitive Pokemon? Beads under the furniture reveal at 40k? Oh goodness. Nobody needs to see that. Pile of dust and beads underneath all of my desk drawers. Metagroudon is from Jirachi's movie? Okay, I've seen the Jirachi movie, but I was also like 7 years old probably the last time I saw it. So I don't remember Metagroudon, unfortunately. I'm gonna need to re-up on my Pokemon movie lore. Alright, we're starting with the outline of Mega Chandelure. As every Pokemon project, any perler beating project, the outline is what takes the most beads. This is going to take almost 200 black beads. You need to make both Mega Mewtwo's? Agreed. Mega Mewtwo X and Y both need to be made at some point. So Chandelure is Gen 5, right? Or is Chandelure in Gen 6? That's... Chandelure came out around the time when I stopped really diehard playing the games. And so I don't really remember exactly when a lot of those Pokemon came out. It's Gen 5? Okay. That's what I thought. You see, around that time, I was a lot more into the Pokemon cards. And so a lot of Pokemon that I know are a lot of like, I can tell which Pokemon is from where because of what generation of cards they came out in. But that kind of leaves some gaps because there's a lot of mixed generations of Pokemon and stuff in the cards, obviously. Do you know my singing monsters? I have heard of my singing monsters before, and I've never played it, but I do know that it can be kind of a silly game sometimes. My favorite TCG set, that would probably be Undaunted from like the Heart Gold Soul Silver era. There are so many unique art styles in the Heart Gold Soul Silver era of Pokemon that it's just, some of them are just fantastic. Some of my favorite cards are in that set. That's definitely the one I would go with. And I'm also super happy with the direction the new Pokemon card TCG sets are going. I haven't done a ton of collecting of modern sets, but just like seeing all the new Illustrator rares and like the art rares and stuff like that they're releasing, so much better than like the Sun and Moon era, just like full art monochrome Pokemon that were like, I don't know, the art wasn't that nice, but now all the new cool arts and everything, so sick. Arktal, welcome. Glad you could make a stream. All right, let's get the flame on top of Mega Chandelure's head going here. I need to figure out a better way to set up this stream so that it doesn't just look like my head is like into a pile of light off the screen here. I can move my camera over a little bit here. That's a little bit better, but it's just like if I lean forward, it's just like, whoa, big light right on my face, make my shiny forehead all glistening, so I'll try and come up with a better strategy. It's just I'm limited to the tools I have. Stream on Twitch, do you? Do I not? I do not stream on Twitch. Right now, I'm just streaming on YouTube. I know some people prefer Twitch. I prefer YouTube. I mean, this is where most of my followers and everything are. And speaking of which, we hit 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. Isn't that crazy? That is crazy to me. That 30,000 of you are just like, yeah, I'd watch this guy again. Seems pretty all right. That's really awesome. When I started this project, I remember I had under 50 subscribers on my channel, and I was thinking if I can get 1 subscriber every video, that would be pretty cool. Until the wall is full. I think we surpassed that a little bit. Thank you, Metropolitan. Thank you for the congratulations. I'm super, super thankful to everybody who's come through and watched the videos, left nice comments. Because like I said, this is something I've wanted to do forever, and I just lack the motivation. Well, I lack the determination. But being held responsible by uploading a video every day certainly helped. So if you're also somebody who lacks like the motivation or like the determination to get stuff done, it's it can be good to have people around you motivating you and like helping you out and stuff, but one of the best ways to do that is to set your own expectations and really hold yourself to it. It can be really hard, but what was I going to say? I just lost my train of thought. It's you got to set your own goal, right? So it's like mine was to upload a video every single day. And then there is outside pressure for me to do it, but I am still the one holding myself to do it, right? So it's like almost like a forced upon myself expectation and obligation. And that really helped me do it every day and get this project done, which was something that I wanted to do. It's just sometimes it's hard to motivate yourself to even do things that you want to do, right? Yeah. Like, how many times do you hear people that are like, I just don't have time for my hobbies, and then they'll just scroll on their phone for 12 hours a day, right? Like, I'm guilty of that. I do that way too often. I'm scrolling through shorts or whatever, like, way more than I'd like to. But this helped me actually consciously make time to stream every day. And so that is, I'll stream every day, make a video every day. I'm not up to streaming every day yet. I do, unfortunately, still have to work a little bit. Jibs, what's your favorite Pokemon? I've always said my favorite Pokemon is Nidoqueen because I love her, and she was the first Pokemon that I used in Pokemon Yellow to, like, really beat the game. But I also love Darkrai. I love Mew. There's a bunch of Pokemon that I like. Those are my favorites. Your favorite gen is Gen 1 Fire Phoenix? I mean, you can't go wrong with that answer. Gen 1 is... it's what started it all. How can you not like it? I would have to argue that Gen 1 is up there in my favorites as well. I did play a lot of Gen 1 and I did play a lot of Gen 4, so those two are probably my top two. We're getting close to finishing off this outline here. Cosmic Crave, thank you for the compliment. That's very kind of you. The song in the background is the very first theme song. This is Pokey and Chill 2 by Michael, M-I-K-E-L. They're the go-to song that I play in the background since they don't claim, and they are happy to allow me to use it on the stream. So definitely go check out their channel, subscribe to them. They just make great chill vibe music. They did a Legend of Zelda one. They've done 2 Pokemon ones. And so I do enjoy playing their music on loop as a nice chill background for the stream. Mudsdale Appreciator, Gen 7. As a I'm going to assume Mudsdale is in Gen 7. Was that... Gen 7 is Sun and Moon, right? Pretty sure. Oops. Sorry if I'm not getting to every chat message here. I appreciate everybody in the chat, though, chiming in. You guys are fantastic, and I'm happy that you're here. Oh, this is wrong. This is my wake-up call to go back to pixel art with the motivational words instead of doom scrolling until a new Jibs short. Yes, thank you, Jirachi. Always watch the Jibs shorts. That was another one of my motivators to make content in general, was just because I was watching all these shorts and half the time I was just getting like the most mindless garbage on my feed, to the point where I was just like reporting half of the shorts that I would see for like spam content, stolen content, like just, or like just do not recommend this to me anymore because it's not interesting to me. And I was just like, man, there's like nothing I want to, where's all the content that I want to see? There's millions of people making things and it's like I'm not seeing any of it. And I was like, well, what would I want to see? I've wanted to do this forever. Maybe other people would want to see it too. And sure enough, there are a couple people out there who do. And so that's why I'm here. Next on the wall is Pachirisu. That's correct. Day 417. Tomorrow we start the other side of the wall. Pachyrisu's so cute. Actually, I have a Pachirisu sticker on the back of my phone. Let's see it. That was drawn by the one and only Douglas Draws, who some of you might remember for being a staunch requester of Pikachu with a hat in the early days of the shorts. They drew that and gave me the sticker. I was very appreciative of that. Getting close. Just got to fill in the black part, the outline of the arms now. It's a little compacted in here, the sprite, just because of how big this is. Pikachu with a hat. How about a Pokemon with a cowboy hat? Definitely. I'm going to have to design one of those. That will definitely be another project. Okay, now I just have to fill in some of the other arm spots here. There. All right, this is starting to take shape. Just a few more, and then we'll have the outline done here. It's a very intricate placements for these beads. I also want to work on like another big project like I did with the big evolution project that I uploaded the video on YouTube, and it's just like it takes up so much space and so much time that I'd like to work on it over time, but I just don't have a good spot to do that as well as record it. And I obviously want to show you guys the project, but this is kind of like the only space I have to really conveniently record and bead. So I'm gonna have to figure something else out if I want to do another big project in the future. Did I mess this up? No, we're good. I said something earlier and someone said the same thing like 10 seconds later, but theirs got read. Sorry, Sky Guy, if I'm missing your comments. Like I said, chat. There's quite a few people in chat today, which I appreciate. But if I don't get to your chat, it doesn't mean I don't appreciate you. It just means that I was focusing on the project when it was said. So my bad. Okay, I think that is all the black beads on here. Nice. Okay. And dark gray is basically black, so we'll go with that one next. Hey, Mudkips, welcome here. Okay, that does look pretty sick. When Artkal sent me some of their beads, I made sure to get lots of the dark gray because it's a really great shading option. Sometimes it just like blends into the black and just kind of looks black, so then it just looks like they're all the same color. but I do still appreciate it because I can tell the difference, and then it's better than just like a big massive black anyway. But we're gonna get these dark grays in, and then we can start adding some splashes of color. Have I played Deltarune or Undertale? Those are two games I actually haven't gotten around to playing. I was talking with one of my friends the other day about it, though. They were saying that they were thinking about playing Deltarune, and I haven't played either of them, and I definitely need to. Because, yeah, they're very pixelated graphics as well, and they'd be fun to make characters from. I definitely need to play those at some point. Maybe that'll be another stream game. Looks like Mega Chandelier got a cool haircut. It's true. That does look like a very swanky haircut. More streams indeed. More streams are here. I was planning on doing even more streams this weekend. I did get a little lazy on you guys, though. I'm sorry that there haven't been even more streams like I was maybe hoping to. I've been getting caught up with this little game called Pal World. You may have heard of it. And it's been sucking up a lot of my attention. I have been grinding the crap out of Pal World. I have a server with some of my friends, and we have been playing a lot of it. Have any of you guys been playing any Pal World now that the 1.0 release has come out? If you haven't, I highly recommend it. It is a ton of fun. Such a fun game. I played it initially when it first released, when the early access was out, like 2 years ago, whenever that was. And yeah, we sunk a lot of hours into that one. Is it here? Yeah. Your cat killed your boyfriend's computer, so you haven't been able to play? Dang. How did the cat kill the computer? Is it like, did it do the classic cat thing and like chew on all the cables, or? You've been watching some Pal World vids? Yeah. That's a good way to do it too. I love watching Let's Plays. Hey, Retina, 3162 Retina, welcome here. Welcome to the stream. All right, where am I missing gray beads? Need a few more up here. For those of you just tuning in, if you can't tell by the graphic, we are making Mega Chandelier out of perler beads right now. As voted on by chat, with a narrow victory over Shiny Jirachi. Yeah, Weird Vulture, we're doing Chandelure. Mega Chandelure. All right, where am I missing? Do I need any more of these? Probably, but that might be it for the dark grays. Keep that on hand though, because I often miss some of that color. And we're gonna add the little white patch on its head. I think those are the only white beads we need. Oops. Oh, hopefully I didn't mess up the audio again. Now we're going to take my dish of grays and do some light gray shading. Do I enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh? I do. Chandelier, you've been watching the channel since '69? Heck yeah. What a nice episode to start on. Yes, I do like Yu-Gi-Oh. I watched all of the original Yu-Gi-Oh, like the first 200 and some episodes of the original Yu-Gi-Oh series, and I enjoyed it a lot. I have some Yu-Gi-Oh cards as well. Alright, this is really starting to come together. Where else do I need these? I know I'm missing spots. Oh yeah, up there. Yeah, it's all coming together. Your Infernate broke during the ironing? No! Ugh, I hate it when that happens. I have had projects break during ironing, and it is just, it's tragic. It just hurts. I have to take a break every time. I'm just like, okay, reset. If it's salvageable, fix it. If not, it's okay. We can redo it. But it takes a minute to heal your heart after those. So that might be it for the light grays. Nice. You can really see it starting to take shape now. You're late. What was the plan after the wall? Have you watched today's short? Anybody who's here that has not watched today's episode, definitely go check that out and come back, because there is big news in that short. Okay, maybe let's get the brown beads in here. Can't wait for the purple to come in. Agreed. Yeah, well, that's gonna be the piece de résistance. What is my favorite ogre pawn mask? I'm gonna keep it a $120 with you. I don't even know them. I don't even know all of them. That is part of the games that I have played the least. When we get to that Pokemon on the wall, I'll tell you. And I'm already finding some spots I missed Dark Gray in. Never mind, I did. Oh no, I did. Right there. Much better. Oh, and I found another spot. Lol. That's why I always keep these on hand, because I know I am going to have missed one or two. Okay, now we can get some of this, like, brownish gold in here. What am I making? Smart Home, we are making Mega Chandelure. As referenced by the image on screen. Sky Guy, the process is much slower than you imagined. That is true. It actually, especially for ones that I'm not familiar with, can take quite a while. And I'm also reading chat and chatting, so it'll take a little bit longer than what it would normally take me. It usually takes me about, like, maybe half an hour for a bigger one. So I can usually get a smaller one done in, like, 15, 20 minutes. But on stream, it'll be closer to an hour, probably, just because, you know, we're yapping. We're taking our time. This isn't a speed run. I would actually be terrified to see Fusebead speedrunning. That would be crazy to see. I don't know if that exists or anybody's doing that, but competitive speed beating would be an actual crazy thing to see. After you finish the other side of the wall, you should collect cards and post every day. Interesting. Maybe I should do some card content. I just don't have money for cards. I can show off some of the cards that I already have. We could definitely find some Pokemon card content to do at some point. Let's see, what else? Looks like we're just down to the blues and purples to add here now. Let's start adding some real color to this bad boy. Okay, I'm gonna add like the mist shading on here, and then we'll go for some of the purples. Has there been a canonical shiny version of every Pokemon? As far as I know, every Pokemon has a shiny. Some of them are not very inspiring, and some of them you can barely tell that they're shiny, but I believe they all do. Shinies have existed since Generation 2, visibly, but I believe even in Generation 1, there is like whatever type of data for the Pokemon that is actually denoting it as shiny, but since Red and Blue were released like without color, and then color was added later in the Game Boy Color and whatever, it's like they don't actually have like a shiny form, but if you were to trade those to Generation 2, you would see that it is shiny. So as far as I know, everyone does. Some shinies are just not that great. Agreed. Ugh, shiny Garchomp. What a loss. Yeah, shiny Gengars is bad. That's why we did shiny Mega Gengar in our last stream, because that one's sick as heck. I think so. 7 could be this. Yeah, because his face is pretty pale. I think that is good for the face. I just won't use regular purple, I think, because I just need 3 more types of purple here, I think, right? Or maybe. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Shiny Tyrantrum is blue? I'm pretty sure you're right. That sounds right. Shiny Regice is definitely a bad shiny. Like, it's just a slightly darker blue. Feels bad. Shiny Chandelure is pretty cool, but I prefer regular Chandelure, if I'm being honest. I love the purple. Okay, is that all the accents we have for this? I think so. All we got is purple left, so let's add the face purple here. It's more of, I'm using like a Thistle, which is like a very muted purple. Bossman, you finished your Infernape? It's cooling off? Okay. Y'all, if you're in the Discord, post the finished product in the Discord server so we can take a look at it later. Because I'm very anxious to see it. Oh, and I missed a light gray. There we go. Just about got his head filled in. When will I make Gyarados? We'll definitely get around to Gyarados at some point. Only so many I can make at one time. So no timeline on him yet. But there is a Gyarados on the wall and a video of it on the YouTube. So if you want to see me make the Gyarados that's on the wall, there is a short on the YouTube channel you can go check out. Okay, I think that is all of the palest purple. I think that works pretty good. Now we're going to get to some of the more vibrant ones. Looks a bit different on stream than it does in real life. Looks a little grayer, but such is life of having a not super expensive webcam. Maybe I should go with the grape first here. Go with the darker one first. Minecraft sprites would be awesome. True. Minecraft would be sick. We should definitely do some... If you guys like Minecraft stuff, there's another fuse beating creator out there. Their name is QD Crafts. QD Crafts. They design fantastic 3D Minecraft sprites. They're so cool. You got to go check them out. Definitely go check out her channel. It's so good. Okay, we just got a few more of these. Oh yeah, this is really starting to look like Chandelure now. Oh, and I missed one of the pale blue ones. How long am I going to stream today? I'm going to stream until I don't want to stream anymore. We're definitely going to do more than one project today, though. I will say for sure, we're going to do this one. We're for sure going to do another one, and then we'll see how I feel. But definitely at least more than one project today. Okay, I think this is it for the grape beads. Now let's get some of this light purple in there, and then we'll see what we're missing. We might be good after that. We might be able to get this boy ironed. Gotta be careful with these intricate areas. Very easy to flub. My hands are also kind of naturally shaky, so it's not... I kind of chose a difficult hobby to do with shaky hands, but I've made it thus far, so... Oh yeah, look at those flames coming together. That's looking nice. Yeah, if you guys are confused as to not seeing yourselves or other people in chat, there are 2 streams. And one is a vertical stream, one is a horizontal stream. Every chat is being shown on screen in the horizontal stream, but there's only if you're looking in your actual chat, you'll only see one or the other. I have both on just because I would like the visibility in the shorts feed for the chat or for the stream, as well as having a full horizontal stream. So I usually prefer watching horizontal streams. If that's you too, you can hop over to that stream from the vertical one, but you're welcome to watch in either one. They're both there for whatever your preference is. We are so close to finishing this sprite, guys. Just a few more flames, and then we're done. It's good we're using some of these purple colors. I have a lot of purple beads. Okay, quick pause. When I was first doing, okay, let's see if I can get it on. You see, there's Grimer, Muck, Shelder, Cloister, Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar. In Gen 1, there were 7 purple Pokemon in a row, and this was like, I did not have a ton of beads at the time. It was a very, very, like, I was scraping the bottom of my emergency barrel just to get enough purple beads to finish those 7 in a row. And I was like, gosh, I need a break from making purple. So I bought a ton of purple beads, and now I have way too many. So it's a good thing we're doing a purple one. It's throwing me off that the sprite's fire is flat, but the model is straight up. It's a bit of a strange looking sprite, but it's hard to capture all the details of Mega Chandelure and all its hands in like in one sprite. But I agree, it could have been straight up. There can never be enough purple. True. It's a good color. Okay, folks. We are just about done. Boom. I believe that's it. That is the sprite. Never mind, I missed one. I see one bead I missed. It's not a big one, but... Boom. Now I think we're done. So many intricacies in the little flame hands. Wow. This is a good one. Moliarty, this is so much more work than the shorts make it seem. It is and it isn't. You know, it does take a little bit longer than obviously the like 5 seconds you see in the short, but it definitely, after you do 400 of them, it gets to be pretty simple. Your videos have been a constant in my life ever since you made Ponyta. So grateful for you, man. Thank you, Raffent. I appreciate it. I always like your wonderful comments. Thanks, guys. What is it when you're ironing it, it breaks? I'm not going to break this. We're going to be super careful. And we're going to get to ironing right now. What Pokemon am I doing next? We'll probably make Shiny Jirachi next, since they were second in the poll by such a close margin. Alright, let's get this bad boy taped up and fused together. Now I gotta dial in. This is always the scariest part. If you guys are doing the tape method at home, you definitely want to make sure you're getting enough tape so that it's longer than the sprite and it can go over all the sides. So we're going like this. You see there's a slight overlap in each piece of tape, and we're going well off the edges. This way it has a nice, like, thick base to grip onto, and we're not like relying on it just sticking on the beads, because otherwise it's going to peel up and then we're going to have a mess. So you always want to do more tape than you think you need so that you have a nice base to hold on to. And at least like a 1/4 inch of overlap here. If you don't overlap your tape, there's a chance that the whole thing can like fall apart into multiple pieces, and that's not good. And after this, we are going to poke holes in the tape. You don't see me do it in the shorts because sometimes I'm lazy, but the proper way to do it is to poke holes through every individual bead in the tape so that when you're ironing, the heat has somewhere to go. All right. I'm going to see. Hold on one second. I don't know where my little pegboards went that I like using. Okay, we're going to try a new method on stream here. We are going to use a pegboard to poke the holes, because I don't really feel like using the tweezers that I normally use. Just now that I'm saying it, oh, they're right there. Okay, bear with me. Okay, that kind of works. I'm going to use a clear one then. Just hope that doesn't break. I've broken one of these before. Okay, this is like half working. I wish I knew where my smaller ones were. I may have found them. Here they are. They're in a perler bead set that I got. Look at how cute this little thing is. It's a little puzzle piece, but it's so tiny. Yeah, I wouldn't say, we were talking about this a little bit earlier, I wouldn't say perler beading is a super expensive hobby. I mean, it costs money. The beads cost money, but you get a lot. A little goes a long way for these like smaller projects. If you're making like giant projects all the time, it's not that expensive. It's really not overall. I need to readjust the camera. 1 second. There. You know what? Experiment failed. I can't get good leverage with the way my ring light is over top of the beads, so we're just going to go back to the good old, as I throw them on the floor, tweezers. Bear with me. We do a little experimenting here on the Jibs channel. So it is possible to use pegboards to poke the holes in your beads. Oh, was I even getting the beads holes? I might have been missing the holes entirely. Wow, I think I was straight up poking in between the beads. Oh my god. I didn't even get in the holes. I got in between them. That's crazy. Crazy work by me. Okay, there's not even going to be like tape left by the time I'm done messing this up. Wow. Do as I say, not as I do, chat. Don't do what I'm doing right now. Well, the heat'll have kind of somewhere to escape. Not really, though. See, this is what I mean. You can do these crafts like hundreds of times. It gets easier, but something is always bound to mess up. And that's okay. You don't have to be perfect every time. You can take this away as a learning experience for everyone. This is kind of funny, though. This is going to be more hole than tape. Hopefully this still sticks all together. Is perler beating tedious? I think this shot right here, right now, kind of answers that question pretty perfectly. I have seen many posts online on socials of like perler beating disasters, especially with people who have pets like cats. Oh my goodness. I have seen horror stories of cats just going to town on somebody's project they had been working on all day or for like weeks, and it's just all over the floor. It's just devastating. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. You know what? We're going to call this good enough. I'll be very careful with the ironing. The finished Infernape is posted on your channel. Nice. We'll definitely go check that out. Okay, I'm going to peel this sucker off. Fingers crossed. Okay, no casualties so far. Let's get some parchment. Okay, now I'm going to dial in for the ironing. Okay, I think that turned out pretty good. Let's see. That's looking good. We lost the single bead at the bottom. We're gonna have to fuse them back on. And there we go. Boom. It doesn't look as good on... I gotta fix the color grading on this camera. It does not look that good. It looks a lot better in real life. I'm gonna get it under some compress here, and then I'll show you guys the better result on a better camera. This is what I used to cover it up. My Pokedex from Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Let's see. I will try and have that fixed for next stream because the color does not look very good on the main camera. I don't know. I don't remember if I like monkeyed with some of the color grading or not, but I'm definitely gonna figure that out for next time because it looks a lot better not on the camera. Yes, make a chandelier. It is done. Seems like a fun hobby. Would you have any advice for beginners? I would recommend picking a project that you want to do. Like, look on Pinterest for inspiration, and because there's lots of like designs and stuff on there. And then buy just the colors you need, because it's the best way to build up your inventory is to just buy the colors you need when you need them at first. So, like, for the chandelier, you'd buy a couple different shades of purple, a couple different shades of, like, black, white, gray, a little bit of yellow and brown. And then you've probably... Like, it'll be a lot of money to spend on one project, but you won't need nearly all those beads for that one project, right? Like, you'll need... If you buy 1,000 purple beads, you might only need, like, 100 of them for this project, right? So, that's how I started to build up my bead inventory. I just bought the colors that I needed when I needed them. And then all of a sudden, when I'm doing a bunch of different projects, I have more and more of the colors I need, and then all of a sudden I have all of them, right? So it's very easy to just build up your inventory that way. And then start small. Start with small projects like what I do every day on my channel, just like the little sprites that only need one pegboard, and then work your way up. Learn the tape method. That's a big, big one. Tape over your beads so that you don't destroy your pegboards when you iron, because that can cost more money if you have to buy more pegboards, and it's also easier. The tape will hold the beads in place as you iron. It's less likely to warp. And then do what I'm doing right now. Keep something heavy on your bead as it cools off once you're done ironing it, because it will warp and then it will be all curled up and it's not going to look as nice. Yeah, those are my tips for beginners. What is my least favorite Pokemon? I don't know. Do I have a least favorite? I don't really like the Panseer and Pansage, Panpour. I don't really like those guys. I remember they're part of Generation 5 as well. And just those Pokemon cards of that era weren't that inspiring to me. I hated getting them. And like Simipour and Simisear were like some of the rares in those sets, and I was like, I don't want this as a rare card. This just kind of sucks. Yes, after we let this guy cool off a bit here, we're going to move on to Shiny Jirachi. Let me get that set up. I'm going to find an image for it. Let's do the Pokemon Home sprite here. Ghost types really are neat, huh? Yes, they are. There is another ghost type coming very soon, Pearlescent Ham, and I wonder which one that would be. See ya, Locaz. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, Weird Vulture. Post more in the Discord. We love seeing the bead sprites in the Discord. Next up is this guy. Perfect. Yeah. Making sure you have something heavy on your bead sprite as it's cooling down is definitely something that I didn't do as a beginner. And I definitely regretted not doing that because I have a few of my earlier projects that are very warped that I definitely could have avoided that if I had just put something heavy on it for like 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, exactly. The heavy textbooks, like underneath my Pokedex is a introductory circuit analysis textbook, just to add some extra weight. So if you dropped out of college like me, your textbooks can still be used for something. All right, why don't I move this guy out of the way and we can get started on Shiny Jirachi. All right, let's grab some colors. So we're gonna need the yellow. Whoops. So Jirachi, it's more of like a pale yellow, hey? Maybe something like that. It's a decent yellow. Looks a little darker on stream, but I think that one will work. Am I drinking coffee right now? I have already had like 3 cups of coffee today, but this is my mug. It might be backwards. It says I've never been happier. It's Raymond Holt from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. My absolute icon. Rest in peace, Andre Brower. But I drank 3 cups of coffee out of him today. And then I have a mug for water as well. A nice big one. Hydration break, everyone. Drink your water. Okay, red. What kind of red? It's like, maybe I just go with red. Just straight up red. Didn't expect Shiny Jirachi today? Well, it's your lucky day, Jirachi. R.I.P. Captain Holt. I know, I miss him. I miss him every day. Okay, and then, Jirachi's shiny skin is like, it's white, but it's like a faint reddish white. I don't know what beads I could use to capture that. I think maybe instead of, so it's like the bead sprite is white with gray shading for the body. I don't know if I have like a very faint red that I could use for the shading. Maybe like this rose, like these rose beads for like the shading. How does that compare to this? It's like just like a slightly lighter. I think this could work for the shading on the body. I'm gonna try doing that. This is gonna be a bit of an experiment. For the shinies, I'm winging it with a bit of the color choices here on my own. And then I do need some other shading yellows for the body. So maybe we can use the same one we did for Chandelure as well. Some of this like for the darker shading of the sprite, the shadows on the yellow. And then other than that, we just need our basic gray, white, and blacks. And then that might be all the colors we need. Maybe one more shade of yellow. Just for a couple more accent pieces. They shade the head very dark yellow in the official sprite. Pale orangey red, but yeah, red works, yeah. I'm gonna see how this looks. Yeah, it is more of an orangey red. I don't really know if I have a very orangey... Oh, this one's maybe a little more orangey red. I'm gonna go, maybe this one is better. Maybe this Artkal bead is better. I think I'm gonna go with that one instead of the dark red. Might be a good call. Okay. So we got all these. 7, and then 2, 3. What am I missing here? Instead of the gray, we're using that shade. And then I just need... What else am I missing here? I think that might be it. Oh yeah, that is it. Then I just need one more shade of yellow. Is this too dark? Yeah. What about this one? This is the hardest part, guys. Picking the right color. It's never easy. I always second guess myself. Hey, Eli with 100 eyes. Welcome here. Thanks for watching the shorts. Appreciate you. What am I gonna do? Do I like this? I don't like that. I am gonna use this one. Artkal 27. I have an opened one somewhere. I need to clean this up. Okay. And then we'll use this one for the darkest shading. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be happy with it. I can put these purple beads away. Waiting for the shiny one was a little bit less long. Yes, you're right. Hey, it was by popular demand. You weren't the only one begging. Definitely the most, but okay. Yeah, we already made Jirachi like a month ago. We get to make a shiny one now. I like it. Jirachi's such a cool Pokemon. Might need to re-up on the black beads here. I got some more. Gonna need to buy some more soon. My emergency stash is getting to the bottom. What are we doing? Right now, we're making shiny Jirachi out of perler beads. If you missed it, we just finished making Mega Chandelure, which I think turned out great. It's just sitting under a press right now so that it doesn't warp as it cools down. But once it does, we'll show it again on stream. Hey, Zero F2P Gaming. Welcome here. Thanks for stopping by. All right, let's get started on this shiny wish-granting baby. Yeah, the color is very off on because it's like when I go, it's like I need to get a better camera, guys. As I nearly spill all my beads, I need to get a better camera. When I have money, that's what I'm getting, a new camera. Let's get started on this Jirachi. We gotta start, but I want to center this. 17, start out like 21. And we can go up 5, 4. Boom. Start from here. I wish Jirachi got a dark like Lugia. Oh, that would actually be so sick. Wait, hold on. New series idea. We designed dark Pokemon. Like Shadow Lugia. We designed Shadow Pokemon. Gotta love the dark aesthetic. I think that would be sick as hell. Which Pokemon region is my favorite? 1 or 4, for sure. In terms of how much I've played, it's definitely 1 or 4. But there are some Gen 3 Pokemon that stick out to me that it makes it very close. Pikmin Lover, yeah. For the series of shorts on the channel, we are going in Pokedex order. We are up to 417. Pachirisu is tomorrow, believe it or not. Remember playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon as Jirachi? I love Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I sunk so many hours into Explorers of Darkness and Explorers of Time. No, Sky? Explorers of Sky. That was the third one, right? Yeah, I played a lot of those. That's so fun. And I played through the one on Switch, the DX or whatever, the remake. That one was fun too. It's a good throwback. Those games are always so fun. I want to do some Mystery Dungeon sprites at some point as well, too. That'd be fun. Make a little Mystery Dungeon scene. That'd be cool. There's so many cool things I want to do and just not enough time. This sprite is much smaller than the Chandelure sprite. That's okay, not all of them need to be giant. Hey, Saphira, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the kind words. Dark Mimikyu? Ooh, Dark Mimikyu. Man, there's so many good candidates for dark, like, shadow Pokemon. Completely overhauling them like the Shadow Lugia and Gale of Darkness. That's another game I played quite a bit of too, Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness. That one's so sick. The GameCube era games just hit different, man. I know I'm like nostalgia glasses as well because that's the console I grew up on, but god dang, are they so fun. Such good memories. Hey, Brittany Willis, thanks for stopping by. You deserve more views? Thank you. If you guys like the stream, maybe that'll happen. I hear that's good for the algorithm. But I appreciate each and every one of you that are here anyway. You guys are my biggest motivator to keep making videos, and I appreciate all the kind words. So you're saying we need a Gigantamax Jirachi Sprite for the big Sprite? Yes, absolutely. Gigantamax Jirachi when? Alright, we're already onto the dark grays. Hey PokeFan2126, welcome here. Thanks for following along. Appreciate you. What time is it for me? I'm Central Standard Time, so it is, or Central Time. I don't know if it's standard right now or not, I forget. It's 3:13 in the afternoon, PM. What am I going to do after Pokemon 1025? Pokemon 1026. Probably. Alright, we're getting the grays in here, getting the outline of the little ribbons. Europe maxing at 11 p.m. Yeah, that is, we're always living in the past here in North America. There aren't a ton of places out there that are living further in the past than we are. Maybe like Samoa. I think Samoa is earlier than us. I'm not very up to date on my geography though. Okay, there's dark gray. Now let's get like the, oh gosh, what did I do? I'm probably spilling more things. I'm gonna see what these rose accents look like for the body shading. Hey Ichigo, welcome here. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, and then we're gonna put the white in and we're gonna see how that contrast looks. Oh wait, what color are its eyes? Because in the original sprite it used blue for the eyes. But I guess the eyes are also now a bit red. We're gonna use red for the eyes as well because no, I'm gonna use the other red. Alright, I don't think it looks too bad. Kind of shows off the red shading on the body a little bit. There's only so much room you can have for detail in these. Okay, let's get the red in the little hangers, little ribbons. This orangey red. How's it looking on stream? Yeah, you can tell it's a little different, I guess. Love my content? Thank you. Appreciate that. What is my favorite mythical? Darkrai or Mew. Darkrai and Mew are two of my favorite Pokemon, and they're both mythicals, so definitely both of those would be up there. But I mean, all the mythicals are so cool. Oh wait, and then I gotta put this on the eyes as well. Is it gonna make it look creepy if the eyes are red? The under eye accents are red in the shiny, so. Ketchup Jirachi. My favorite flavor of Jirachi. Yummy. As a Canadian who has ketchup flavored everything here, ketchup chips and all that stuff, I can confirm ketchup flavored Jirachi is the best flavor. All right. Let's get the shading in. We'll just get a couple of shades of yellow. We'll end with the brightest shade of yellow. And then we'll have our shiny Jirachi done. I think that's all for this shade for the accents. You have ketchup flavored things? Yes, we do. The ketchup flavor is really freaking good. I will say, ketchup chips are among my favorite chips. It's a weird Canadian thing to have like ketchup flavored stuff, but it is some of the best Canadian delicacies, which is not saying much because we don't really have much for delicacies. Canada's not really known for their food. What is my favorite evolution line? Ooh, you have to take like all three into account then. The first answer that jumped into my head was the Trico line. Trico, Grovyle, Sceptile. I think all three of those are like great Pokemon. A lot of times the middle evolution will just be like, oh, it's kind of weighing it down a bit. But having played so much Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Grovyle holds a very special place in my heart. I'm sure there's a line I'm forgetting about, but that one is the first one that came to mind. You used to eat toasted bread with ketchup. That's That's a down bad meal right there. That is a down bad meal. But hey, sometimes it's easier than going to the grocery store. Make Porygon Z, please. Porygon Z is going to be coming up on the wall soon. So I will make Porygon Z very soon. I think that might be all for this color. We might be down to the last color already on Jirachi. Shiny Ketchup Jirachi. It's official. This Jirachi's name is Ketchup. And I may or may not eat them. How do you unlock live streams? How do you mean unlock? Like be able to do them on your channel? I don't remember exactly what the qualifications are that you need to meet in order to go live on YouTube. I think you just have to be a verified channel. And by verified, I don't mean like get X amount of subscribers. I think it's just like you actually have to like photo verify yourself as a human being. Like proof that you are not just some bot. And then I think you can go live. Right? The Freakosaurus, that's a great take. Ketchup chips, delicious. I mean, I am also a fan of plain ketchup, but ketchup chips are just better than ketchup, confirmed. The Dreepy line. Oh, you see, Dreepy's a little too new school for me to like think of right away, but I can also agree that line is pretty good. Just about done with Shiny Jirachi. I think this is coming along really good. How does it compare to the other Jirachi I made? I think it's pretty similar. I think I concluded on the same colors as I did on the first one that I made. It's very similar. Just with the red replacing the blue. Crazy that I still think the same as a month ago me. Et voilà. Jirachi. Shiny Jirachi. How does that look? Oh, that doesn't look too bad on stream. Ugh. Its eyes do make it look possessed a little bit, but it does have... That is like accurate to its in-game sprite. It is red. Like it has red under its eyes, so like that is correct. After the wall is completed, are you filling next one? Eddie Gonzalez, you got to go watch today's short. If you missed today's short, all your questions will be answered there. Go check it out. What is my favorite pseudo-legendary? Ooh. Favorite pseudo-legendary? I mean, Metagross is super cool. I'm looking at the ones on the wall. It might be Metagross. Salamence is also sick. Yeah. Tyranitar. I'm gonna go Metagross. Metagross is my answer. What do I think about Pokemon 0000? I love Missing No. Missing No's right there. Other way. Pointing in reverse is hard. There we go. Right somewhere. I can't bend my finger that way. Mer. How far do you think the wall will get you? While the first side of the wall has gotten me to 416, I'm hoping that the second side gets me pretty much all the way. I'm hoping. My favorite Pokemon I've put on the wall? That is such a hard question because there are too many at this point to really pick. But I do love Snorlax. It's like always my go-to. I think that he just turned out so cutie patootie. Let's check on Chandelure. Woohoo! Look at that beauty. That looks sick. Focus camera. That guy looks sick. Definitely going up on the extra side of the wall. The wall that I'm facing on this side. Got a little bit of space left that I'm hoping to put Stream Creations up on. Yeah, the melt turned out pretty good, I think. It looks pretty even. That turned out great. So now it is time to melt this shiny Jirachi. All right, let's get the tape. It does look awesome. The Mega Chandelure turned out sick as heck. I love the different colored eyes. That's probably my favorite touch of the Mega. Once again, you always want to make sure you got more tape than you think you need so that it stretches all the way across. And when you're putting it on, you want to make sure you're putting it down super flat. And you don't want to like have it be peeling off because that's when you're going to get beads flying everywhere. Nice and flat, straight on top. A little bit of overlap with your previous piece. And enough overlay or enough on the edge so that you're not having anything peel up. Now I'm just going to use the tweezers. I'm not going to mess around with the pegboards this time. Just going to poke the holes normally so that I don't make a little bit of a kerfuffle like I did last time. This isn't a big sprite, so it shouldn't take more than a few minutes. You almost have to take it like a meditation. So I'm going to poke every individual hole. It's for a greater good. It's kind of boring. It can be very tedious. But it will make everything come out better. There will be no blowouts. everything will melt much more evenly. And all of that time that you put in you'll be rewarded for. Just like with most things in life. Just like putting 417 sprites on a wall. Takes time. But the payoff is a super cool piece of art in your office. It looks pretty dang cool. Almost there. Did I heat the iron? I did. Alright, almost done. Go more. Boom. There we go. That'll ensure no blowouts. Every bead will melt much more evenly. And now let's make sure it's all stuck on there, and we'll peel her off. Come on, ketchup. Boom. Et voilà, ketchup Jirachi. Alright, now I gotta lock in. Ironing's always the scariest. No casualties so far. And there he is. Oh, it's very overexposed. But anyway, there's a shiny Jirachi on the channel. We're gonna get the Pokedex on it. Make sure it doesn't warp. Cute, beautiful ketchup. McDonald's Jirachi? Kinda true, honestly. The wishing ketchup. Very beautiful. Nice. That's 2 sick creations. Let's feature Chandelure on here. Look at that. I really like how that Mega Chandelure turned out. It looks a bit better. It still doesn't look as good on stream as it does in real life, I will say. It's a little muted. The colors are a little muted on stream, but still looks good. Still looks really good. Hey, Laura, welcome here. 30k subs is mad. Congratulations. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's super cool. I appreciate each and every one of you that have said that you'd stick around and watch more of my content. I appreciate that. What Pokemon are we doing next? You know, we might... It's been over 2 hours now. You know what? Do we got time for one more? We might have time for one more. Should we leave it up to another poll? These two were so close in the poll last time that it was, I felt obligated to do both. But I think maybe now we'll give the other ones a chance. We'll do another poll for the people that are here. We're going to keep the other two that were on there, Mega Lucario and Mega Rayquaza, but we then need 2 more suggestions for sprites to add. So leave your suggestions in chat, what you want to see made. We're going to make 1 more sprite today. We're going to do a longer stream because today is exciting. So we already have Mega Lucario. Let me pull these up on my computer here. Did Mega Chandelure, we did Jirachi. We got Mega Lucario, Mega Rayquaza as 2 choices. Mega Swampert, Shiny Minior. I'm seeing a couple Mega Swampert. I'll add Mega Swampert as one of the options. Let's see, where are you, Mega Swampy? Here you are. Oh, his sprite is so silly. He looks like a little orb. I like him. Yeah, you can recommend any regional forms. We could do like a Alolan Ponyta or Rapidash or whatever, something like that. Midnight Lycanroc. Ooh. Yeah, I think for Pokemon that will eventually be on the wall, we'll probably just leave. So just like the regular form. Hisuian Zorua. Yeah, that is a good option. But yeah, we can do like the different forms and stuff because those probably won't end up on the wall. Depresso from Pal World. True. I don't know where to if I would find any pixel art of those. I'd have to probably make those. Okay. I'll add Hisuian Zorua to the list then, since I don't see... we will do one that isn't a mega option, but I will make the poll now. This poll is going to be in the... If you're watching on the vertical YouTube live stream, this poll is going to be in the horizontal live stream. So you can put your answers there. So we are going to have Mega Lucario, Mega Rayquaza. We are going to add a Mega Swampert. And we're going to add Hisuian Zorua. All right, poll's going out. Be good democratic voters and vote in chat right now. Whoever has the most votes is going to be chosen to make right now. Get those votes in. Every vote counts. That's how democracy works. The less people that are voting, the more your vote matters even. And so in a live stream of only a dozen viewers or so, your vote has a lot of weight. A single vote could sway this entire decision. And this is one of the most important decisions of our lifetime. We are going to elect who I make on this stream right now. Your vote will dictate my actions. Looks like Mega Swampert is out into an early lead. We are voting for who to make next Metasword. If you are watching in the vertical live stream, head on over to the horizontal live stream on the channel, where you can see the poll that is going on right now on who to vote for. We have Mega Swampert, we have Mega Rayquaza, we have Mega Lucario, and we have Hisuian Zorua. Mega Swampert is in the lead right now, but only with 36% of the vote. It is still anybody's race. Mega Swampert is pulling ahead. They are clearly the favorite. They're in pole position in this race. But your votes can change it. Get those votes in. We're only going to have the polls open for another couple minutes. Swampert slightly slipping, but still holding firm at first place. Our last vote was a nail-biter right to the end. If you're a Mega Rayquaza fan, if you're a Mega Lucario fan, if you're a Hisuian Zorua fan, get your votes in right now. Because if you do not vote, Mega Swampert is going to be made as the final sprite of this stream. Mega Swampert is slowly losing traction. You guys are making a difference. Rock the vote. Get your votes in, everyone. If you think Mega Swampert, who is currently the favorite to win this vote, get your votes in. But if you don't, you can make a change right now. There is no majority. It is a plurality right now. Mega Swampert is slowly losing grip on this election. You only have a minute or two more before I make this decision and end this poll. Dragon Edits, welcome here. Thanks for watching. Folks, I am giving you one more minute to get your votes in. Mega Swampert currently still holds the lead in a plurality. This is still anybody's vote. Bring in the mail-ins. There is only 30 more seconds I'm giving you now until this vote is done. Get your votes in now. And Mega Swampert is slowly starting to pull back ahead. Folks, it is looking like a Mega Swampert win. Can anybody come in under the gun to finish off this poll? The countdown is here in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We are ending the poll, and with a slim majority, Mega Swampert ekes out Mega Rayquaza with 32% of the votes and will be our final creation today. Thank you, everybody, for putting in your submissions. It was a very close race with no clear loser. Everybody had a significant portion of votes. But today, the crowd favorite was, in fact, Mega Swampert. That's not to say Mega Rayquaza, Hisuian Zorua, or Mega Lucario will never be made on this channel, but today was unfortunately just not their day. There could always be votes in a runoff, but for now, we are going to make Mega Swampert. We are going to elect them as the next build of the day, the next and final build of this stream. We are going to get Shiny Jirachi out of view, and we are going to get Mega Swampert onto the pegboard. Here we go. All right, let's pull up a PNG. All right. Oh, you finished, or did you? Dun dun dun. Hello, Sir Turtwig. It's Sir Twig. Welcome here. Yes, I remember you from the Unknown streams. Welcome back. All right. Now we gotta pick what colors we need for Mega Swampy. They don't actually use too many colors. We will need our staples, black, white, and gray. And then we'll need another shade of gray. And then a couple shades of blue and a couple shades of orangey red. Let's grab... What do I need here? This is like a salmon. That's probably not quite right. Oh, it's maybe salmony. It's kind of like orangey, reddy. Yes, we're definitely going to have to finish off the unknowns as well at some point, too. That might be the next stream we do, if we don't continue the Let's Play of... Or the Nuzlocke playthrough. Okay, blue beads. Oh, what do I need for blue? It's not quite white. I have way too many options for blue. It's crazy. He's like a... almost a turquoisey. That's peacock. This is teal is maybe a little too green. These ones maybe a little too green. Oh, do I have some blue beads lying around on my desk here? Probably. Not the ones I'm looking for. Swampert was your first starter ever? Well, it's a first evolution. Don't know the English name. Oh yeah, Mudkip. We're trying to find the right colors here. Maybe that one for the lighter shade of blue. I'm just gonna start throwing out all my blue beads I have here and we'll pick. Oh, maybe that one's good. Ooh, this one might be it. I don't know how much of that one I have left. Gonna need some more of that from Artkal. Ooh, okay, that one's good. Okay. This is turquoise. I think I like this shade for like the darker part. The turquoise. And then maybe, do these go well together? This might be good for like the lighter parts. This seems a little too light, yeah. Okay, I think I like these two shades of blue for like the lighter and the darker shade. I like those two. And then we need to get the like fins and the markings on his hands. You're heading out. See ya, Eli. Thanks for stopping by. What's my favorite regional Pokemon? Ooh. I mean, Hisuian Zorua is one of the sickest looking ones out there. I was low-key rooting for Hisuian Zorua in this last poll. He is quite orange. What about like a tangerine? Is that like too orange? That might be like a little too orange, but maybe that's kind of what we're going for. It looks even orangier on stream. And then, oh, the highlights on this are almost like a... yeah, they're more like a rusty kind of red. What about blush? Blush is too pink. Do I have like a brick? It's just like... It's like maybe for the darker parts? I don't know, I'm not sure about that. Or maybe like tangerine and blush? That almost works. Those two... I don't hate it. The tangerine's just a little bright. What if I do the same thing that I did with Jirachi? That's maybe a little too red. On stream, it looks orangier than it actually is. It is quite a bit redder in person. It's like kind of red. I don't know, the cameras show them like slightly different colors. Is Mega Swampert really like that much redder? Yeah, it's like a weird... I don't know if I have exactly that color. See, this is the hardest part. I always debate between them. I'm just gonna have to trust my eyes. And you know what? I think this is probably the best combination I have. Tangerine and rose. That might be the best combination I have for this. And I think it'll work good once it's mixed in with all the other colors. Fun fact, Swampert is the only starter to get Surf by Level Up. It also is one of the 2 starters to learn Earthquake by Level Up. The other one is Torterra. Interesting. I had no idea. I actually didn't know that Swampert learned Surf by Level Up. That's interesting. Favorite Paldean Pokemon has to be Lechonk. Ooh, Lechonk is a good one. Lechonk, I remember when I first saw Lechonk in the Paldea region, I was like, okay, they're cooking. They're cooking. Okay, we got those. What else do I need? I think I just need the 2 shades of blue. I've got the starter colors with the whites and the grays. And then there's just a lighter gray that I can grab from there. All right, I think that's all the colors we need. It's not actually that many. All right. Let's get cooking. Just like always, we'll start with the black beads. Oh my gosh. Chat, don't laugh at me. I just spilled them everywhere. Don't look at my floor right now. I didn't spill that many. It's only like a lot. Oh god, my floor is a mess. I'm gonna have to do some cleaning up. Okay, carefully. This time, I clearly didn't have enough coffee. We're gonna start making our Mega Swampy boy. Oh wait, you know what? I almost messed up. This boy's too big. We need a second pegboard. There we go. Okay, now let's actually get going here. We gotta go in. Where does this guy start? Right at 16. So there. Then up 3. Boom. Is that focused? Never understood the hate for Mega Swampert. I didn't even know Mega Swampert got hate. This guy's sick as hell. He's just a beefy boy. Whoops. Let me know if the audio goes weird. Sometimes I hit the mic and then the cable gets all messed up. Happened earlier in the stream. Get started with this big beefy outline. People hate him for the lack of neck. Well, then those people also hate like American football players because they're like 400 pounds with no neck, but they get paid millions of dollars and they're really good athletes. So I don't see why the hate is necessary. Mega Swampert, cool in my opinion. If people are gonna hate on Mega Swampert, then they probably also hate on Mega Starmie, and they're just lame. They don't know how to have fun. That being said, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. They could have made Mega Swampert water fighting, but instead he stayed water ground. That's a fair criticism. I think they could. His aesthetic kind of becomes like a big fighter. That's definitely a fair criticism. I could see that. They could have gotten a little more creative with it. I didn't think about it that way. What's my favorite shiny? Oh man, it's got to be Giratina. Shiny Giratina is so cool, man. I don't know. I feel like it doesn't get enough attention. It's like beige and light blue. Looks so sick. I gotta make that one. I gotta pull rank at some point here and just make shiny Giratina. I remember as a kid watching TV, and this was. I had gotten Pokemon Diamond for Christmas one year. Because I was a child still when those games first released. And I played a lot of Pokemon Diamond, but I remember watching on TV on some of the channels, they had these very ominous advertisements for Pokemon Platinum. When Pokemon Platinum was like, it was like a countdown. Every day they would be like, just a very quick like 5-second ad. It'd be like Pokemon Platinum, X amount of days away, like 5 days away, 4 days away, 3 days away. And that really built the hype for me as a kid. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go get this game. And I remember the day it was announced, or like it was like released, my mom took me to the local EB Games or whatever, and I went and got it, and I sunk so much time into that game. And that could be another reason why I like Giratina so much. But not as much as Darkrai. That was definitely my favorite of all of Gen 4. But the shiny is just so good. You're heading to bed, Laura? Thanks for stopping by. Great to hear from you again. Have a good night. Hello from TikTok. Hey, thanks. Welcome here. Alright, working our way through this outline here. This sprite is so cute, you guys are gonna love it. He's just a chunky little guy. The cutest sprites are always the ones that look closest to an orb. Just the most circular ones. He looks really... He doesn't look like... He looks so derpy. His eyes look like cross-eyed outwards. It's kind of cute. Mudsdale Appreciator. I have to name it Jibs. Shiny Happening in Legends Arceus? Let's go! That's awesome. Yes, name it Jibs. I'm honored to be a Happiny. Blissey is also one of my favorite Pokemon, so if you end up evolving it into Blissey, I will be very happy. But I'd understand if you want to keep it as a Happiny. We'll get to make Happiny soon. That's another baby Pokemon of the Sinnoh region. Legends Arceus is also such a good game. I love that one. I put so many hours into it. Well, I remember I hadn't played a Pokemon game in quite a while, but I had just gotten I had gotten a Switch, and I was like, okay, well, I want to get back into playing some more of these Pokemon games, so I'm gonna try out this Legends Arceus game. Look, trailers look kind of fun. Looks like kind of fun gameplay, and that game just gripped me by the teeth, man. I was in deep on that. I think for the first weekend that it came out, I think I put in over 20 hours over the course of the weekend just grinding that game. It was so fun. I loved the movement in that game, the catching mechanics. So fun. The one downside I had, I wasn't as big a fan of the battling. It wasn't... I was never a huge fan of battling just in Pokemon in general. It wasn't as big a part of the game, which I didn't mind. The whole battling mechanic that existed in there, I just wasn't that big a fan of it. And I feel like that was a fairly common sentiment. The final fights, some of them were really hard for seemingly no reason. It was like, oh, I trained up a bunch. I feel like I have appropriately leveled guys and I'm just trading one-shots with everyone. It's like, wasn't very engaging, in my opinion. But the elements of the game that I was there for anyway were like the really fun elements of the game, the catching and the exploring and the traversing the terrain. Those parts were some of the most fun I've had in a Pokemon game since I was a kid. The shinies for Blissey and Happiny, they're kind of bad. They're just kind of like paler, I think. Alright, Chansey's green, actually. Chansey's not bad. Chansey's like a mint green, but shiny Blissey sucks. It's just like a slightly paler Blissey. Unfortunately. Okay, I think that's the outline for our Mega Swampy Boy. Oh, I did miss the eyeball. One of the eyeballs. There we go. Can put in the pupils. The 2 white beads in the whole sprite. Boop, boop. Now we can get some... Do I want to use this gray or do I want to use... You know what? I might want to use a lighter gray than I've been using. This gray is very dark. I have a slightly lighter one that I think I might prefer. Do I have more of it in here? Is it 89 or 43 that's darker? I think 43. I can't tell in this light. Maybe 89 is actually the darker one. The one downside about the Artkal beads is like they don't have names, they just have numbers, so they're a little harder to remember the colors, but they have so many that it's like, I think they do have color names, it's just they're not written on the bags, they just have numbers. So it is like still a way to remember them, but just not by a Pantone or anything like that, so it can just be kind of harder to remember which is which, but that's okay. Do I have more of these? I hope so. See if I need to crack a new bag here. Is Shiny Jirachi done pressing? Probably. We can go take a quick look. Ketchup has cooled off enough. Here's Ketchup. Ketchup the Shiny Jirachi. Ain't she a beaut? Very pretty. Okay, I think I'm going to use this gray. I really like shiny Gyarados, aka Ketchup Gyarados. Time to just make all the Ketchup shinies. It's also nice we got to make like a wide variety of colors today. We got to make a purple one, we got to make a red one, we got to make, it's like purple and like gray, and then yellow and red, and now like a blue and orange. We've gotten to make a bunch of different colors, which is always nice. Not going to deplete me of one color of bead. Whoop. Hi, your channel was recommended to me by Ingrid. Oh, my friend Ingrid. Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for watching. Appreciate that. What was my first ever shiny? I've only ever gotten one shiny in the main series games, and that was a Mienfoo. That was in Pokemon X or Y, one of those. And I never finished the game. It's just sitting in my PC. I never ended up finishing the game. But then in Pokemon Go, my first ever shiny was uh, a shiny Zapdos during a Zapdos raid day. That was back in like 2018 or something. But otherwise, I've never gotten a shiny in a main series game. It's the only time. On average, how long does it take to make a sprite? If I'm not recording it and like chatting and stuff, I can do it in probably like 15 to 20 minutes, like half an hour for some of the bigger ones. But now that we're chatting here, it's usually closer to an hour. All said and done. But if I really need to, because I still make the videos every day as well, so it's like for some of them, if I really need to snap, get it done, I got a lot to do that day, then I can usually crank it out in an hour from like sitting down to make it to editing and uploading. Get that all done in an hour. So, oh my gosh. I'm gonna make another mess here. Your first shiny was an Audition Sapphire? That's so cool. I wish I got a shiny in one of the older games. I never did. Legitimately, anyway. Ditto is your favorite Pokemon, Pikmin? Yeah, Ditto's a great Pokemon. You can't go wrong there. I do have a Discord server that I can join. Thank you for plugging, or for letting me plug. If you go to my channel description, or if you came from Instagram or anything like that, you can find the Discord link in my channel description or in my Instagram bio, and you just follow the steps. You accept that you've read the rules, and you can post your pictures, chat with other people. We're getting close to 100 members on the Discord there, so go join. You could be the 100th member. Yes, everybody join the Discord. There's plenty of channels for sharing pictures of your art, just other stuff, saying hi to people, chatting. And you get notified right away from every video upload and stream. So sometimes YouTube likes to hide stuff from people for whatever reason, for whatever algorithmic reason. But you'll always get push notified on the Discord every time I go live, every time I upload a short, every time I upload a long form video. So definitely the place to go if you don't want to miss anything. Lobster, welcome here. Thanks for stopping by. For those that just tuned in, we're making Mega Swampert right now. Favorite Pokemon is Bramblin from Scarlet and Violet. That's a cool choice. Is that the one that looks like a tumbleweed? Getting all these gravies in the right spot can be a little meticulous sometimes. You gotta have a lot of patience if you're gonna be into perler beating. A lot of patience and be willing to deal with a lot of finagling, for lack of a better word. But I just love how they look. The sprites look so cool. So nice to have them. And as somebody who I've never really like considered myself to be a super artistic person, like good at painting or drawing. I've always been terrible at drawing. But I think fuse beating as an art form is a good outlet for me because it gives built-in constraints, right? Like you only have your grid pattern to design something. And so there's still room to be creative. You can design cool things and like color choices and other sort of there's still decisions you have to make, right? It's not like, but it's not so free form, like you just have a blank canvas and you can do literally anything, right? So I do kind of like how it has it's almost like guardrails, you know, you can't go too crazy, but you just have to work within what you have. And I think that puts me in a better mindset for like, hey, you don't gotta go be Picasso out here. You can just make a cool little design. And that is what I like to do. Okay, I think that's all of that gray. Now we just do a little bit of the slightly lighter gray. And then we'll get to the actual colors. We'll have gotten the big fins out of the way. Just accent these fins with a slightly lighter gray. You can start to see him coming together. We got his hands in front there. We'll get his big muscly biceps in there. Now that I'm looking at it, Mega Swampert actually has like bigger triceps than he does. It's like, or no, he has like big, gigantic forearms. His forearms are freaking massive. I aspire to be that swole one day. But as somebody who doesn't exercise, that's going to be kind of hard. Gonna need to start doing some more push-ups. Okay, I think that is all of that gray we need to do. We can actually start getting to some of the fun colors now. Let's start with, which one has the least? We'll start with the orangish reddish. You love Tinkaton, Pebble Hunter? Tinkaton is a very interesting Pokemon. Got a big ol' hammer. Yeah. You soloed the champion with Tinkaton? That's impressive. She must have been pretty darn strong. Working our way down here. We're getting close. Got this orange, and then we'll do the highlights with rose, and then we'll get the blues in, and then we're good. Boom. Oh, I need the eye highlights. There. There. Perfect. Hi, Ingrid. Welcome here. You're out of here, Metasword? All right, take care. Whoops. Dang it. Sorry, my mic was having issues there. We're back. Don't think this rose is the right color now that I'm seeing it on here. I think I need a slightly darker red. Looked okay in the bag, but now that I'm placing it down, I don't like it as much. I think I'm going to try and go for a slightly darker shade, which I know I have. Not raspberry. I think it's like a cranberry or something. Cran apple. It might be a little too dark, but I think it's better. Hey, late. Welcome here. Whoopsie. Knocking the table around. We're making Mega Swampert right now because that is what the chat voted on when we ran a poll. Just doing it for fun. Yeah, I think this is going to look better as an accent. It's not going to be perfect, but it's the best we got. Just gonna get these few reddish highlights. And then we'll get onto the blue of the body. Do you mean brands or colors? Because I think Jibs uses Artkal and Perler, and mainly those two. That's correct. I just use Artkal and Perler beads. How do I sort my beads? Very poorly. That's how that's how I sort them. I literally just have them in bags. Like some of my colors that I use more often, like white and black, I have in like these little containers. But like for the vast majority of my beads, they're just in bags, and I clip them together with like these little like binder clips. So I need to come up with a more sophisticated way of storing things, but right now it's just a bit of a chaotically organized mess. Definitely need to get a better system going. I don't use Hama beads because they are not sold in North America. I believe Hama and Perler are of the same brand. It is Perler that is offered in North America, whereas Hama is the brand that's used in Europe, I believe. Don't quote me. That's just my understanding. But I also use Artkal, which is a global brand. They ship internationally. And they are also supporters of this channel. And they have sent me some of their product in the past, and I appreciate them a lot for that. They have been really nice to work with. Am I going to stream tomorrow? Probably not tomorrow. But there will be more streams in the future, don't you worry. It's just a name thing? Yeah, it's just the brand name. Okay. Let's do the blue. Our big boy's just about ready to go. Swagner counts things. Just stopped in to congratulate you on completing the first half. Thanks. Appreciate that. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the kind words. Starting off with the darker blue, the turquoise for the shading, and then we'll end it with a lighter blue for the highlighted parts. And then we'll have a mega swampy boy. Oh, that doesn't go down quite. There. All right. Perfect. Have I ever played Splatoon? No, I have not actually, but I should. That game somehow slipped by me. Frankly, I didn't even know it was a game until I saw the characters in Smash Bros. Oh, I missed a great beat. That's a little dark. Oh well. That's fine. If you guys are liking the music, definitely go check out the original artist, Michael, Mikel. They have a YouTube or Instagram, and they are the original creators of the song you're listening to. It's the soundtrack. It's called Pokey and Chill. This is Pokey and Chill 2. Some nice lo-fi, acoustic, lovely sounding Pokemon themes remade. And they allow creators like me to use it in their videos, so I appreciate that a lot. Definitely go give them a subscribe, a follow, a like, a share. They deserve it. They're very talented. All right, I think we just got one shade of blue left, and then we're done. Let's get this swampy boy finished. I think these choices of blues were good. This is looking nice. I'm glad we did him too. It's definitely a good recommendation. Getting close, just gotta fill in the face. And then we'll have our swampy boy. Our flippers, our mega flippers. Eh. Just a few more. Yeah. There she blows. We've got a Mega Swampert. I think that looks pretty darn good, don't you think? What do you think, chat? Yes, I'm using tweezers. I normally don't use them. I know I'm weird. Yeah, hey, to be fair, I used to only use my fingers as well. But after you do a ton, it's like, okay, I kind of need a tool. Get it a little more intricately in there. Oh, this guy looks so cool. Little grumpy guy. Little grumpy Gus. All right. Let's get this bad boy ironed up. First, we gotta tape them. What's the biggest one I've done? There's a video on my YouTube channel where I made the evolutions. A big version of them. That was the biggest project I've ever done. That was over 6,000 beads in one sprite. Or it was 6 sprites, but yeah. One project. All right, let's do some hole poking. That's right, Pikmin. There was over 6,000 beads in my evolutions sprite. There's like a 6-minute video on my YouTube channel. Go check it out. I put a lot of effort into that one. You're coding a game and watching the stream and cannot tell you how much it helps to clear my mind. That's awesome. I'm glad to be this. That's what I strive to be, is just like perfect second monitor content, you know? Just something to have on in the background. You know, you can pay attention if you want to. It's nice, but it's just something to have on. I always appreciated content creators like that I can just, someone I can like, they'll entertain me, but also just kind of have on in the background. Something to feel a part of. It's nice. About halfway done with this hole poke in here. For those that don't know, maybe they had to see the previous 2 sprites. What I'm doing right now is I'm poking holes in this sprite through the tape that I've put on it. You got to poke a hole through each individual bead. And the reason for this is if you don't, the beads, when you iron it, there's nowhere for the heat to go through. And so instead of just melting your bead hole closed, it will blow it open because there's nowhere for the heat to go. So it'll kind of melt in this blown out way and it won't look nice. It'll look like it has big holes in the middle. And I personally prefer to melt my beads not completely all the way solid. So it's like slightly less of a big deal. It's not completely mandatory, but it can still look weird on one side. If you prefer the method where you melt your beads completely fused shut, then you absolutely need to poke holes in it because you'll usually only melt one side. And if you're melting them completely shut, that's when it leads to big blowouts in your beads and your piece will not look like you want it to. So that's why we're taking the time to poke through every single hole in these beads so that we get the most optimal melt for our mega swampy over here. Is anyone excited for Gen 10? Of course. Gen 10's going to be cool. Winds and waves, huh? That's going to be cool. I'm also excited for the TCG. Cool to see all the new artwork that they released for the new Pokemon. Just about to the end here. Just the top of his head left. Eh. There we go. All right, let's get this guy off and ironed up. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. Ooh, this one took a long time to melt, so it's very hot. Gotta be careful. And there we have it. A big mega swampers. I think that turned out pretty good. What do you think, Chad? I think that looks pretty accurate. All right. Let's get some heat on this thing. And by heat, I mean weight. Oh my gosh, there's beads all over the floor, guys. I made a big whoopsie-doopsie. But on top of Swampert, we got a beautiful mega chandelure. And a very delicious looking ketchup flavored shiny Jirachi. Boom. Pebble, Jibs, can you please merge all of the videos into one big video? You want a mega cut of all of the shorts? I could probably do that. I still have all the videos. Make like a big mega cut of the first half of the wall. I could definitely do that. It would be like 7 or 8 hours long, probably, but yeah, I could do it. I don't know if anybody would really want to watch that, but if I do that, Pebble Hunter, you have to promise me that you'll watch all 8 hours of it. You have to put it on, you got to sit through all 8 hours of it. All right. If you promise me you'll watch it, then I would do it. Okay. It's going to take a bit of throwing together, but I will try and put all of the shorts together into one. My headphones are yelling at me that the battery's dying, so that might be a good time to call it wraps here. But I had a ton of fun with you guys today. This was so much fun. We got 416 plus 1 Pokemon onto the side of the wall. We finished the project that I wanted to do today. And we got to make 3 bomb-ass sprites on stream. This has been so much fun. And we're just getting started here, guys. We're just getting started. Sorry, ending as you just got here. I know, sorry, but it's okay. This has been a long stream. There is over 3 hours of content for you to watch here yet. And I just want to say, here's to 416 more. We're going to get through a whole nother wall. Tomorrow is day 417. We're going to be making Pachirisu. If you didn't hear before, we got a Discord channel, a Discord server. It is in the description of my channel. Hey, Raygun FHDJ, welcome here. And then after that, after the Discord, I want to mention that I will be streaming more, probably not tomorrow, but if you want to stay caught up on all the streams, definitely check out the notifications on the Discord, because that is the best spot to stay informed. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys today, but I'll see you again soon. See you guys.